Not promote or promotion any illegal activities. All content provided by this channel is meant only for educational purpose only.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's time to keep it real. Tune in now, let's make you feel. Can we keep it real? Podcast in the zone where fans unite and we set the tone. We're bringing the heat. Every episode blaze, talking sports, life in so many ways. From hoops to the field, we analyze the grind, holding athletes accountable, elevating the mind. Catch the latest scoop, no faking this game. Critics can hate, but we're changing the frame. It's not just about the stats, but the spirit they own. Accountability's key, and it's widely known. Can we keep it real? Yeah, that's the deal. Sports and culture, we making it feel. From the courts to the tracks, we're calling the plays. On the Can We Keep It Real podcast, we blaze. Can we keep it real? Voices to hear, truths and tales that bring us near. No sugarcoat. Talking sports, life in so many ways. From hoops to the field, we analyze the grind, holding athletes accountable, elevating the mind. Catch the latest scoop, no faking this game. Critics can hate, but we're changing the frame. It's not just about the stats, but the spirit they own. Accountability's key, and it's widely known. Can we keep it real? Yeah, that's the deal. Sports and culture, we making it feel. From the courts to the tracks, we're calling the plays. On the Can We Keep It? It's time to keep it real. Tune in now, let's make you feel. Can we keep it real? Podcast in the zone where fans unite and we set the tone. We're bringing the heat. Every episode blaze, talking sports, life in so many ways. From hoops to the field, we analyze the grind, holding athletes accountable, elevating the mind. Catch the latest scoop, no faking this game. Critics can hate, but we're changing the frame. It's not just about the stats, but the spirit they own. Accountability's key, and it's widely known. Can we keep it real? Yeah, that's the deal. Sports and culture, we making it feel. From the courts to the tracks, we're calling the plays. On the Can We Keep It Real podcast, we blaze. Can we keep it real? Voices to hear, truths and tales that bring us near. No sugarcoat.
Yo, what's up, man? We back. Let me get this out of here, man. Another week. End of the Rhode Island High School football season. You know, the regular season, basically, today it's it. It's over for the regular season, but don't worry, because everybody basically made the playoffs. Well, how about the West Warwick Westerly game last night? You know, if you was out in that windy game last night, it was crazy because I seen, you know, I put on a couple plays. I couldn't get out there, but I seen Husserl, drop back, and it was like, Coach Pizzata was trying to, predict the wind, but it definitely was not a game or not a night to be passing the ball around. But great game. Coach Pennington is gonna join us. Shout out to Coach Pennington. Always willing to come on and talk about West Warwick Wizards football. What's up, Coach Penn?
Hey, what's happening? What's happening, Mikey? Hey, first, before we get going, man, I gotta tell you, the intro beats, man, are fat. Those are nice, bro. I haven't heard them before. Those are nice.
You liking that? Yeah, something new. Something new we had to put together, and I want to do something week for week. I actually have something that was set up for this week, and it talks about the Wizards and the Bulldogs. I just didn't. I thought I had it downloaded, but I'll have to get it over to you. It's pretty good. You know what you can do nowadays in technology. AI is a hell of a tool, and it's just another search engine. Everybody's using AI now, and whether it's AI or not, the best way we can get the message to the people, break it down for them.
Truth.
So
Truth.
But how we doing, man? Windy game
Doing
out
well.
there in Westerly last night.
Yeah, when
All right, we'll give that a minute, see if we can get Coach Pennington back on. Yo, definitely share the platform, man.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's time to keep it real. Tune in now, let's make you feel.
Oh yeah, let's
we
go,
keep it
man.
real,
Come on now.
podcast in the zone where fans unite, and we set the tone.
There's some games
We're bringing
going
the
on
heat.
right now.
Every episode plays, talking sports,
Trying to
life,
give
and
Coach
so
Pennington,
many ways. From hoops to the
chance. He's
field,
back
we
in now.
analyze the grind, holding athletes accountable, elevating the mind. Catch the latest scoop, no faking this game. Critics can hate, but we're changing the frame. It's not just about the stats, but the spirit they own. Accountability's key, and it's widely known. Can we keep it real? Yeah, that's the deal. Sports and culture, we making it feel. From the courts to the tracks.
We back. Bring Coach Pennington back up. We'll get it straightened out. But while we do that, some great Rhode Island high school football games going on this weekend. You know, shout out to my guy Nadim Robinson, man, over there at LaSalle, you know, doing his thing. We're gonna talk about that, you know, and then some people see me jump off the porch this week. I'll jump off the porch anytime to defend anybody, you know, in Rhode Island high school football. But anyway, we're gonna bring Coach Pennington back in. Coach Penn, I can't hear you. Check your check your volume. Yeah, sound check. Yeah, I just can't seem to hear you. Hang on. Let me see if I could hear anything else on here. Put a 1 out there in the chat if you're listening and you can hear. 1 second. It could be me. It might be. Let's see. I'm here. I mean, think about it. If we didn't have all this crying, and you can't say there's not a lot of crying going on. Try to log back out and come back in. Nice. So we're going to get Coach Pennington to sign out and come back in and give it a minute. Just hit the link, hit the QR code. But some tight games that went on in Rhode Island high school football. You know, hopefully we can get Coach Pennington back in. You know, let me know if y'all have any sound issues out there. You know, but shout out to there was some upsets in Division 1. I can't even lie. Let me see if we can get Coach Penn back in yet. There we go. All right, now we got him.
Yeah, I'm here.
He is here, man. Coach Pennington. You know, you've been around this game a while now.
Yes, sir.
When Coach Pennington came in, they had leather helmets with no face shields.
Not that old, not that long, but I've been around for a while, for sure.
No, you have been around. How did you get, before we get started on a great football game you had in Westerly last night, what got you interested in high school football?
Yeah, so I mean, I was part of the organization that started up the Central Falls Panthers back in the day, the group of people that started that organization. And so I started my coaching career actually for the Panthers down in Central Falls, and making some connections down there, doing a good job coaching up the team down there in Central Falls. I ended up becoming like a special teams coach for the high school at Central Falls. And after that, my friend over at North Smithfield, Tom Ellis, called me up, asked if I wanted to be his offensive coordinator. So I said, yeah. And I went over there, and then after a couple of years, wound up being their head coach. Coached them for about 15 years or so. Had some success there, and then I took the Wizards job. This is my 5th season here. So, yeah, I've been around for a little bit, man.
Wow, and you come from Cranston East?
Cranston East High School is where I played, yeah.
Tell us some memorable moments from Cranston East, that you may have had. It's just something, whether it's good or bad, getting your
Yeah,
bell rung.
yeah, yeah. Hey, we played a team from Connecticut called Wilberforce, Connecticut, and they were one of those top tier football teams back in the day. I can remember the quarterback throwing the ball and the ball kind of going by my head, and you can actually hear the ball whizzing by your head. I was like, "Oh my goodness, like what's going on?" Never heard that before from a football. Um, but yeah, that was an experience, man. Yeah, playing those guys.
And who was your coach
It
back
was
in
the uh,
Cranston
the
East?
the famous Ted Stebbins, the son, not the father.
Uh, what type of coach was Coach Stebbins?
He was a disciplinarian. He was a good coach. We also had Bernie Pina on a staff my senior year, junior senior year, and Bernie was a heck of a offensive coordinator, and the two of them did a good job coaching us. We had some good football games, and we went 5-3, but back then, only the top two teams played for a championship. There was no playoff format, so we didn't end up getting any playoffs. But we had a good year. We had a good season.
Right, and back then, like you said, it was whoever basically had the best record in the division. I think that's why Mount Pleasant had so much success for so many years. Back in the day,
Right.
from what I was reading. There's so much great history in Rhode Island high school football, and another what I want to do with this channel is try to bring on maybe high school football legends of yesterday and tell us some stories before we lose the stories, because there's
Yeah, for
some
sure.
we don't I think in Westerly they don't even really know the true reason why the Bulldogs are called the Bulldogs. There's rumors of it, I think, because of a, a teacher or principal, but nobody
Yeah.
can really document it. And so I think we need to get maybe some old timers up here just to tell some of their legendary stories. So if anybody is interested,
Yeah.
definitely step forward, man. So
I
now
gotta
you go.
say though,
Go ahead.
my senior year in high school, I don't know if there was a more talented group of running backs in the state uh, since that time. So I mean, myself, I had Dougie Haynes in West Warwick, you had Steve Williams and Hindricken. It was a big group of good talented running backs in the state.
Some legendary names, in high school football, and you know, those of us that like to study, the local high school football, there's some legendary players that so you may think they're old and broken up in them stands, but they had some glory days
For sure.
on them fields. I know, like, Lou Mizuchi used to tell me stories, class of '54. Like, imagine the West Warwick High School. How many great players came under Coach Maz, over there.
Yeah,
Legendary coach,
for sure.
and we can't forget about, our heroes,
For sure. For sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. But now you're at the Wizards. You had a great time at North Smithfield. The community seems to rally around you right away. I mean, you came in under a tough time in football over there. Parents told me that they made the decision. Your former quarterback. His parents said when you got the job, they they turned around completely and decided to be a Wizard again.
Yeah, I don't know what happened before I got there, but I know when I got there, the program wasn't in great shape. And we've managed to turn it around a little bit.
No, yeah, absolutely. You turned it around. Couple seasons, you're in the Super Bowl again. In the Super Bowl, you had some great players. Branch last season. You had some good players over the last couple of seasons. You have a great quarterback right now, Corona.
Yep,
You have a transfer from Coventry, Nate Petrarca, who can pick up 120 yards.
yep,
Downhill runner.
yep, yep.
So last night, Westerly, the bus ride up. How is the team feeling?
I think no, excited to play, man. We're at a point in our season where I think we're playing good football, and we feel like we could play against anyone in our division. So you know, we were feeling pretty good going up to play the game, and you just you go up, you play your best football, and you see where it lands at the end.
Going up there, tough to play. I think Westerly is one of the toughest places to get a W. And if you look down the history, you have back to back W's up there now. I mean, how hard is it with the lights, with the dog pound, with the atmosphere? Westerly, Burrville, West Warwick as well. These are football towns. And I heard West Warwick traveled very well last night. I heard you
Yeah,
guys
no,
had
we
that
did.
place packed.
Yeah, we did. We traveled well last night, and yeah, it's a great place to go play football. I love going up to Westerly to play them. It's a great atmosphere. The crowd, is there. The fans are there. It's a nice place to go play high school football. More more high schools should try to emulate what they have going on up there.
No, I actually love it. And Dwayne Miranda said once, you're coming up, you're coming up Granite Street, the main way, and you got the lights, the scoreboard, all you can hear. I mean, even from where I live, you can hear the band. Everything echoes from where they are,
Yeah,
and you know they have a great program. They were one of the first teams, the second teams to have their own school bus, and I think that was economically a smart move because buses are heading up to $500-600
for
a
sure,
game each
for
bus,
sure.
and so then Jamie Vetterino does some great things up there. Coach Pizzato, well coached team.
Yeah, definitely a well coached football team, a good team, really good football team. It's always a blessing to be able to go in there and come out with a win. But our guys were excited, to play the game. We knew what we were going into, and we went up there. We played pretty good football. Still made some mistakes, but we played good football.
And I'm sure people were picking against the Wizards going into Westerly.
I don't think anybody picked us to win that game at all. I think we were the only ones that thought we could win it. But that's okay. That's fine.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know what, Coach Pizzato, he has them guys. They played a strong Situate team beginning of the year in Massachusetts. Came away with some great points. They played very competitive in Division Two. They beat Central. They played a tough Portsmouth, as did you.
Hmm.
With similar results. They're a very well coached team. The kids in Westerly, they really believe in their bulldog attitude, and they're always gonna bring it. They beat Central. That was a big win.
Yep.
So yeah, you got your hands full, and then so now you guys are on the field. The game's going on. Not a passing game, huh? Not a night to be passing the ball.
No, not at all. It was, I think, 25, 30-mile-an-hour winds, cutting across the field. Hey, but that's what November happens. That's what happens in November. And, it's just time that you got to play football.
And right when you think, oh, we got the wind at our back, this might benefit us, all of a sudden it slices
Yeah,
or it comes too fast and now you're overthrowing the
exactly.
plays, So now this
Exactly.
becomes a night of pounding the rock. But don't you become predictable at that point?
Yeah, maybe. But then it becomes a mano a mano in the trenches. You know what I mean? And who's willing to put their heads in there, and who's willing to fight, and who's willing to come out on top.
Absolutely. So now you beat the number one seed, and one thing I was surprised about was that in the point standings, it didn't really show it, you know, um, about beating the number one seed. And I believe after today's games, a lot of the point standings are going to kind of straighten themselves out. Where do you feel the Wizards are going to land at the end of the day?
Well, I'm hoping that we land in the 3 seed by the time it all shakes out. But at this point, Mike, at this point, it's the playoffs, and as long as we get a home field playoff game, And after that, it really doesn't matter because you got to play the top dogs in order to win a championship. So wherever we end up, we end up. We just go play it.
Absolutely. So on the screen, yo, can oh nope, you can't see it. Let me get it up there for
Yeah.
you. Give me 1 second. Let's see. All right, give me a minute. Give me a minute to get this straightened out. All right, give me 1 second. And I'm sure the West Warwick community is feeling very good after a big win.
Yeah, we like you said, we traveled very well. They were loud last night, but it wasn't our first rodeo going up there, so I think that we'll be all right.
No, it wasn't. And you did this last season. You went from playing Westerly, going right into the playoffs. I believe.
Yeah, yeah. We played Westerly last year. They beat us at home. And then we played, I think, Woonsocket in the first round, and we ended up going back to Westerly to play that game again. And we ended up winning that game and going to the championship, and then losing to SK in the championship. So here we are again. Let's see what happens this year.
Interesting, very interesting. Let's see, get this stuff out of here. All right, so right now we have, as it looks right now, going into these games, we're gonna have Westerly and Moses Brown, West Warwick with the 4 seed, Woonsocket with the 5, SK with the 2 playing number 7 Lincoln, and East Providence, and I believe that should be Pawtucket.
Right.
Pawtucket Co-op. That's how it looks right now. So depending on what happens, anything could happen in a day of football. But do you feel this bracket will change much?
I mean, I kind of feel like it should, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Like I said, at the end of the day, playoff time, and whoever comes to West Warwick, we're going to play them, and we're going to do our best job to see if we can't get back to the next game.
No, exactly, because you still have to play who's in front of you.
Right.
I mean, you definitely have to play that. But it's looking like it's a brand new season now. It all starts over right
Correct.
now, and if all goes well, you will see on November 23rd, Coach Pennington will like to be at Cranston Stadium for the 3rd consecutive year.
A lot of football left to play, though, before that happens, Mike. Oops.
Oh, absolutely. Nah, definitely, and that's why I said, if all goes well, but, yeah, so we will see how it goes, and we'll see after today where everybody lands in the high school football bracket. Have you been looking at? Absolutely, it's playoff time, and like Coach Piver said, it's like a new 3-week season, or it's a 5-week season, whatever division you ended up in. I gotta ask you, man. Division 1, couple big upsets, my opinion. LaSalle getting beat by Cranston West. I thought Cranston West was gonna be, a 7, 8, 9, or 10 seed, but it looked like they managed to work their way up to a 6 seed. And then you have another big upset, St. Ray's getting beat by Barrington. What do you think of either one of them upsets? I think they're upsets.
Yeah, no, of course. No, and at this time of the year, that's what you want to see, because that makes for a very exciting playoff. You know what I mean? Because that means anything is possible in the playoffs. So, it's good that, teams are playing well, and now teams are going to meet each other up in the playoffs, and we'll see what happens.
And this is how it's looking. And you ask me, my opinion, St. Ray's is loaded. They are loaded, and my opinion, it seems like they're still a team without an offense. Like I can't seem to figure out what their identity is.
I
Um,
haven't, I
but
haven't
they're
seen them
still
play yet.
undefeated. I mean, they were undefeated. They're still a great program, loaded with talent, loaded
Yeah, I haven't seen
with
them play
talent.
yet, so I don't know how they look like and how they look. But Coach Sassy always put together a good program, a good football team. He's got a good program over there.
He always has. You
Yeah.
know, I'll get into that. Sometimes you think, Coach Sassy. Sometimes you gotta just ask for help. You got coaches there to help you, but I'll talk about that another time. But this is how Division One actually looks as of right now. Cranston West will play Portsmouth. The winner of that game
Ooh,
will play LaSalle. NK with
ooh,
the bye. I know it. That's going to be Portsmouth is very strong. See, last week it was LaSalle, and then it was Hendricken with the 6. No, I think Hendricken with the 4, and St. Ray's had the 6. So they were all on the same side of the bracket. But
yeah,
now, with some flip flopping going on, you got Bishop Hendricken with the 3, St. Ray's with the 6, which put them on the other side of the bracket than LaSalle.
right,
So
right,
originally, Bishop Hendricken would have not, and LaSalle could have not played a championship game. But as of right now, LaSalle and NK with the bye. Could possibly would we like to see a Portsmouth Super Bowl? But then they would
Hmm.
have to beat, if they beat Cranston West, they would have to also get by LaSalle in week 2. And LaSalle has a lot of confidence that they're going to be at Cranston Stadium November 21st.
Right. That's gonna be worth TV worth watching. That's for sure.
I mean, early in the
That's for
season, I
sure.
predicted NK LaSalle. We'll see if that holds up. Right now, they're the 1 and 2 seed. So, Portsmouth, very, very dangerous. You played Portsmouth, very good team.
Yep. Very good football team.
So,
Yeah.
it's all shaping up, man. Quarterfinals, November 7th, coming up in 1 week.
It's gonna be interesting.
Absolutely. But, Coach, I know you got your family there. Thank you on
Yeah.
this Saturday morning.
Thank
How's
you.
the men's breakfast coming along?
Yeah, nice. We'll have our next men's breakfast in January for Rally Point Men's Ministry. And yeah, things are going well, man. Rally Point Church every Sunday morning, 197 Providence Street, the VFW, 10 o'clock service. Anybody wants to come through, love to see you. Come and say hello.
And soon we can link up and do a Mothers Against Drunk Driving, maybe on a weekly
Do it.
updates. I noticed a couple of the Hopkinton police officers were accredited lately with a Mothers Against Drunk Driving award. One of them, a former Westerly wrestling coach, Coach
Yeah.
Al. Shout out to him. Hopkinton they on their game. I drive to Hopkinton every night. They on their game.
Yeah.
Shout out to Coach Al though. Great man.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Appreciate
congratulations
you,
to
man.
him.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Let's get after it. We'll see what happens.
All
in the
right, man.
playoffs.
We'll talk
All
to
right.
you soon.
All right. God bless.
Great interview with Coach Pennington, man. That was awesome. I think he answered some great questions. But what is up, everybody? We'll definitely see what is going on.
Oh, the alignment's good for football on second thought. Dude, you crapped on it this whole video, man. And I haven't even got on you for going after the parents at East Greenwich, man. I wish I had that video uploaded.
And she posts the whole message. And I think she thought that the whole internet was going to be like, yeah, you got him, go, you go, girl. This is where the Karens make mistakes, because the internet did not like what she wrote. And the internet proceeded to attack. And I was just sitting there like, I have no clue what I'm doing. Like, I was just keeping my hands out of it, and people were just taking shots at her left and right. And it was, for me, it was...
Dude, he said, I have no idea what I'm doing. We know that. But what you meant to say was like, I had nothing to do with this. No, you called out a parent. I have never.
Listen, no one's going to give you more coverage. No one's going to be at more games. No one's going to be more informed. I'm not just some guy sitting in his basement spouting off about who's winning games and who's doing what. We're real. The rebellion is real. Providence Journal coverage is going to be real this year. It's almost here, 3 days away.
But you're a guy that allegedly offered the guy sitting in his basement to be a behind-the-scenes producer, right? We out of here.
Oh, the alignment wins. Not everybody. The older coaches. They want to cry. They want to go to these RIIL meetings, and they want to cry. We're not competitive. We can't do this. I can't be in. What are we doing here?
Oh, he wilding right now.
Stay out here. Rhode Island, stand up, man. I'm trying to put on for my city. I'm trying to put on for my city, man.
To be honest with you, I'm pissed off.
D1. But I don't want to be called D2.
Eric Rubin again, feel that pressurized. When you talk about the gridiron, see through the lies. City don't respect,
but we're never
they got their heads in the sand. All state selection,
you know,
but they don't understand. Coaches getting comfy,
so do
like
not
they on
say,
the
don't
scene.
try to mislead.
But Eric's on the hotline, knows what I mean. Calling up ADs, making threats in the dark. You don't write about my players, just a shot in the park. Back my machine, can't break my grind. Respect to the real, we don't leave you behind. And Rhode Island football, we keep it alive. Eric Rubin calling out, watch the sparks ignite. Back my machine, can't break my grind.
That's my dog. But he told me not to tell anybody.
When you talk about the gridiron, see through the lies. Cities don't respect, they got their heads in the sand. All state selection, but they don't understand. Coaches getting comfy, like they on the scene. But Eric's on the hotline, knows what I mean. But they don't understand. Coaches getting comfy, like they on the scene. But Eric's on the hotline, knows what I mean. Calling up ADs, making threats in the dark. You don't write about my players, just a shot in the park.